Okay, so we've gone through kind of the crawl, walk, run method, and so in the kind of expectations and what the goal is for you to be able to do as you leave here, knowing what you know now. And the way that I kind of wanted to end on for this training, the note I wanted to end on was this. Oh, I'm all the way at the beginning. My bad, y'all. Let's get back there. I want to end it where we started. That's probably a good way to end it, though, really. Does anyone remember all this stuff? I remember this stuff. This was fun. This was a good time. We're almost there. There we go. The way I wanted to end this was with the concept of living rent-free in your head or in my head. So I actually have a this actually came up. This idea was probably not probably did not originate with the person that I heard it from, but there was a buddy of mine and a group of friends that were all at training together in southern Arizona. And he was talking about this girl, and that had broken up with him, and that she was essentially living rent free in his head for a good long time after this period of time where he was just thinking about her or whatever. And then we started making jokes about each other living in each other's heads rent free, and so that's kind of stuck around with me. And it held through as I was thinking about resilience, and I was thinking about this training and how this is so applicable in the real world. And remember at the very beginning, we talked about negative thoughts being 80% of your thoughts today, and 95% of those thoughts are not original thoughts. They're carryovers from yesterday. This is living rent-free in your head. They're up there at no cost to themselves. Right? It doesn't cost that thought anything to be there. It just costs you. It's just a drag on your bandwidth. And when you think about it, our ability to operate, our ability to act clearly and level-headedly in situations that are stressful, it's really easy for any of us to respond the way that we want to in the good times. It's when the stuff hits the fan, that we want to react the way that we would hope other people are reacting, in a way that's respectable, a way that's admirable, And so it's harder to do those things when your mental bandwidth is being taken up by all of these negative thoughts that are just chilling in your head rent free. So I wanted to end the training here with this concept, right? With the idea that you can create new opportunities for these positive events to occur, and you can change your life by changing your thoughts. That's the entire premise here, is like how to change your mind. It's really how to change your life through your mind by adjusting the thoughts, by changing what's happening up in your mind to positively impact your life. And doing this by bringing in the positivity, by focusing on who you don't want to be and who you want to be, as the push and pull, like we talked about. You're pushing away from who you don't want to be, and you're being pulled towards that image you have of greatness, of the best version of you. And when you're doing this, it creates opportunities for these positive events, because you're looking for the more positive things. You're expecting it of yourself, and you're starting to identify, and you're starting to see the negativity as it's coming up. And as you're seeing it, you're able to kind of sidestep and like dodge it, like dodgeball. You're dodging that negative thought, and you're dodging that negative reaction. And when you're doing that, you're freeing up that mental bandwidth, and you're creating opportunities for your engagements to be more positive and to create more positive situations around you. And what this does is it impacts every aspect of our life, because when we're interacting with people, it's really, really, really helpful in establishing our relationships, whether personal or professional. If we're coming at it from a more level-headed and clear place, we're more creative at these times. We're kinder, we're more considerate, and so people are attracted to that. and the people, let's say it this way, the people that you probably want in your life are attracted to that, not attracted to you whining and complaining and never being satisfied, right? And so what this training does, what we just went through and what I'm asking you to do, is kind of like a delayed, almost a roundabout manner in which to use the shield to block off these negative thoughts as they're coming up. And we want to shrug them off. We want to use our shield and shrug them out and kick them out, and don't allow their residency in our minds anymore. And now, yeah, I said it. It was delayed, right? And it's kind of roundabout. And it's kind of waiting for those events to occur so that you could take advantage of it and then make yourself better then. And so what I really want to do is I want to introduce you guys more thoroughly to the idea of gratitude. I know that we touched on it very, very briefly. It's just, like I said, it's such a powerful tool that if this training, if changing your mind is the shield to your mental fortitude and your future better self, gratitude is the sword. Gratitude is that positive energy sword that's cutting through the actively and proactively versus the reactionary shield that we have here. And what I've created actually is a training program that's called Gratitude as an Action. And if you liked this is I really, really enjoyed doing this training. I love how to change your mind. I think it's a huge baseline for setting yourself up for any future endeavor and making yourself. It's like one of the foundational building blocks of what we're doing here. This is another one. This is potentially, I'd say, even more foundational. And the thing is, you could do these in any order. Between these two, gratitude is so fundamental to changing yourself into something that you didn't even know was possible. It's absolutely phenomenal. So if you did like what we were doing here today, you're absolutely gonna love what we have going on in this training. Here, if you are going through this, I'm gonna try to make sure that anybody that's going through here, I'm gonna try to make sure it gets set up where you get an additional discount. If you've already gone through this training, I want you to be able to take advantage and keep the momentum up and hop on to Gratitude as an Action. And so I want to make sure that you guys get a discount. And so if I don't have it set up, if I don't have a code set up, then I will make sure. Then you can contact me directly. I'm sure I'll be able to get this figured out by the time that we get everything sorted out, and so I will make sure that you guys are completely taken care of. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just have to say that I really appreciate that you guys came here and that you're willing to make the commitment. And it's not even just to me. It's that, like, I'm so happy that you're here for you. It's not even saying that I believe in what we're doing here isn't even right. It's not about a belief. It's like, I know that this stuff works. I've used these fundamental principles to change people's lives for the past 7 years now, and these are some of the most hardened people that you'd meet. The people that have been deployed 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And just don't believe in any of the woo-woo stuff, only care about what actually works and what actually moves the needle in their life. And when they saw the positive effects that they're having on their relationships through implementing just a couple of the tools here, it's the light that turned on and the relationships that have been impacted it's just phenomenal. And I can speak to it to myself too. It's changed the way that I interact with my wife, with my kids, and it really has, like, the relationships I've built since really focusing on resilience and grit have been phenomenal. They're so much different. Those relationships that I've developed since this have been so much different than the ones that I had before. It's like the foundation is set differently because the way that I look at people is different. The way that I look at myself is different. And so it's really a phenomenal thing. And so I'm really proud of you guys for coming here. I'm so grateful that you're here with me. And I really hope that you did get some enjoyment out of this, and that you got some good positive takeaways, and that you actually went through some of the exercises that we talked about. And if you did, like I said, follow me up on this next training, and I can't wait to see you guys there.